All right, we're here with Scott Lambright, the godfather of skateboarding. We're doing episode 1 of Pool Cast in transition. So we wanted to ask Scott some questions. Like, how old are you, Scott?
59.
59? Okay. And then show us your board there that Gabe made.
The Lambright.
Yeah. Gabe he showed me the board before he gave it to you, and he said he modeled it after the GNS Mark Heinzman board, but I think he made a bigger wheelbase, apparently. So how many years you been skateboarding?
Just about almost 50 years now.
Dang, man. So what's your...
Since I was about 10, I'll be 60 in October.
Okay. How many pools do you think you've hit in your lifetime?
Oh man, you know.
As long as it's not made of asbestos, we're fine.
I'm gonna guess like 60 plus. Something like that.
Okay.
I never really kept track, but yeah.
So tell us about the story about, like, you've told this to me, but so we'll know, where you and your brother you canoed or rafted into the Amarillo full pipes.
That was me, Mark Red Scott, Jeff Taylor, and Tate Roloff. And yeah, we went in there. It was on our way on a long road trip to Florida, and we went in and cleaned out the full pipe. Oh, with Ricky Stiles.
Okay.
Ricky's the one that took us there.
Okay.
And yeah, he definitely schooled us all. And
Yeah. My buddy Carter used to live with Ricky Stiles, and then like in Long Beach, and I was like looking at some of their mail one day, and his real name's Richard Roney. But anyway, so tell us about how you were hooked up with Alva, and then like Rector pads, and then Afro Man also, I believe.
Yeah. So I started skating for Alva in '86. Did a demo with him up in Portland at the Expo Center, and he came up to do a demo, like kind of mid, you know, it was like the halftime show at the motorcycle bicycle show, and they had us come up as a local team here from Salem. And anyways, I met Alva, skated with him, and he put me on his team. That was 1986. And I went down to Oceanside that year and ended up taking, I qualified 7th out of like 80 amateurs, and then ended up taking 11th place.
Rad.
At the Oceanside Street Am contest. Or yeah, Pro-Am street contest there in Oceanside.
Yeah, that was a pretty well-known street contest. It's like...
Yeah, it was a prestigious event, all right.
Tell us about your time with Afro Man.
So I rode for Alva for almost 13 years. And then I met those guys in Utah. They were looking for a rider. They were wanting to go down to the trade show. And they had a board that was about the same size as what I'd been riding. And offered me like free complete setup. And yeah, it was just a good deal, so I just went with it, and I rode for those guys for about 13 years.
Didn't you get hooked up with Rector pads too for a while?
Yeah, so at one of the trade shows I met Mike Rector.
Okay.
And he did, yeah, he gave me some pads for a little bit, and I also, when I was living in Utah, I met the dude that owned Boneless. He actually gave me a deal on some boneless pads too.
That's cool. I got a boneless elbow pad on right here.
Awesome. So yeah, so I've been kind of fortunate, you know, getting some hookup flow with safety equipment along the way.
That's cool. You got any good Captain Anarchy stories to say?
Not off the top of my head. We had a great time in 1989. We did the No Comfort tour. We went up to Canada and then down to Tijuana, Mexico in like 10 days. And skating stuff along the way. It was kind of a crusty road trip model.
Rad.
It was fun.
Yeah, Pete, aka Captain Anarchy, he's one of the only people in the world whose phone number I have memorized. It's area code 503-363-DOPE, but he doesn't sling weed anymore, so he's a legit businessman. He owns Blast Off in Salem. Anyways, you got any final words for us here?
Yeah, so if you want some vintage clothing or skateboards, that's the number.
Yeah. All right, Scott. Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that I ended up riding with Longboard Larry.
Okay.
After Afro Man, I couldn't get boards, and we started making.
You want to talk
boards.
about him for a little bit
Just
before
for
we go?
a second,
Okay.
I got to work with him as a manufacturer, right? Input on like what kind of wood to put in, and we tried a bunch of different stuff. We got to ride a bunch of different prototypes, and that also lasted about 13 years or more.
Rad.
And then after all that kind of faded away, I needed a new board, and Gabe had this some blanks of these, and I told him I wanted one, and he created the Lamborghini.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me he modeled it after the GNS Mark Heinzman board.
Yeah, I think that's whoever he gets the boards from. That's kind of like one of the closer shapes from it. But yeah, no, I was super stoked on how they turned out, and we ended up doing a couple different runs with them, all custom graphics, and yeah, my friends used to call me Lambro, and when me and my brother traveled together, they called us the Lambros. So I was just super stoked that he created the Lamborghini.
Rad.
And yeah, I'm honored to have Gabe with Chupacabra Skateboards pumping out some custom artwork for me.
Rad. Yeah, one thing I can tell people before I go here, I've skated pools in Malibu, California with this man right here, the Respect Bowl, and then the View Pool, and then also we rode this pool in Compton, California, Easy E's Playhouse. It was like 6 foot deep. And then the best story, I'll let you tell this story, we'll end it with this. So we went to this pool in the Pacific Palisades. It was been in some of the Dogtown videos where it's got the 2 love seats and stuff. So it was me, you, your brother John, and Tycho. And Scott went over both love seats both ways, and Tycho said, "Scott, you're too good for California." You want to tell us about the guy pulling the gun on us and stuff?
Yeah, we got booted out of there. That dude was being kind of sketchy for sure, but it was a super sick keyhole with just like, yeah, love seat set like perfectly, so where you could just get the right line, go over both of them, and a full line, and it was a rad pull up there.
Yeah, I've seen it in some of the Dogtown videos and stuff. So, but anyways, I guess we'll just end it right there. Any last words you want to say?
John, thanks for the interview. I'm just stoked to still be skating and skating pools and anything I can, really. So,
yeah, rad. Yeah, we wanted to do the first episode of Poolcast transition in with Scott Lambright here, and then episode number 2 is going to be with Rob Modern here, who's skating back here in the background. So anyways, thanks a lot for your time, Scott.
You're welcome. Thank you, John.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure talking to you.